The night the sky turned red, Jericho stopped breathing. It began with a thunderless flash that painted the desert horizon in shades of blood and fire. Power lines sparked, dogs howled, and the air felt alive, humming with something ancient. Sheriff Mara Vance stood on Main Street, staring upward as the nebula pulsed like a living heart. The townsfolk called it a cosmic storm, but the way it throbbed above them felt intentional. That night, people reported strange burns, glowing like embers under their skin. One boy said he could hear voices in the static when he touched his mark. Mara dismissed it as fear until she saw her own reflection flicker in the mirror, and for a second, it wasn't hers. The signal began 3 nights later, a soft hum beneath the radio static that slowly formed a pattern. DJ Ron Avery thought it was interference until words began syncing with his heartbeat. "We remember you," it whispered through the frequency. Listeners reported sleepwalking, bleeding noses, and dreams of floating in red light. A teenage hacker named Noah discovered that the waveform hid DNA codes, like a biological password. When he decrypted one, his computer bled red pixels, and his nose started to drip real blood. By the end of the week, the military surrounded Jericho, sealing every road with concrete barriers. Black trucks marked with no insignia rolled in under the pretext of containment. Dr. Evelyn Reese, a government biologist, arrived to lead what she called Protocol Dawn. But Mara saw the fear in her eyes. Inside the quarantine zone, civilians were missing. Some turned up days later, wrapped in a strange silk-like cocoon, still breathing, their veins glowing faintly red. The containment wasn't protection, it was cover-up. The cocoon survivors began waking, their eyes like molten glass. They spoke softly, calmly, in perfect unison, claiming they could hear the song of the nebula. Their heartbeats matched the pulse in the sky, and their emotions seemed to feed it. The angrier or more afraid they became, the stronger the nebula glowed overhead. Noah's research revealed something terrifying. The nebula wasn't invading. It was awakening what was already inside human blood. The infection wasn't spreading. It was unlocking. Searching for answers, Mara followed clues to the old Roswell mining trail, long abandoned and sealed after a 1950 explosion. Beneath layers of rusted steel and sand, they found a vast crystalline chamber, pulsing with red light. At its center grew a massive, gem-like organism, veins spreading like roots through the rock. The heart was alive, beating slowly, and the air tasted like iron. It reacted to blood, to life, and when one soldier accidentally bled on the surface, it absorbed him entirely, glowing brighter than ever. Soon, the children of Jericho began changing faster than anyone else. They hummed strange melodies and spoke languages no one had taught them. Their drawings showed a red star birthing Earth. Dr. Reese uncovered secret files linking this phenomenon to the 1947 Roswell incident, which had nothing to do with aliens. It was the first awakening. Humanity, it seemed, was not alone, but rather part of something older. Something that had been buried and was now calling its children home. The nebula's light began warping gravity, bending time in fragments. The military prepared to detonate a tactical nuke to erase all evidence. But Mara realized the only way to stop it was from within. She entered the heart, letting it merge with her consciousness. Memories of thousands of years flooded her mind. The nebula wasn't a star, but the blood of a dying world, seeking rebirth through humanity. To stop it, she had to become it. When the light finally vanished, Jericho was silent again. The sky was clear, but the world had changed. Mara's body was gone, yet her voice echoed faintly through every frequency. "It's sleeping now." Months later, astronauts orbiting Earth captured a strange red shimmer in the void. A single drop of glowing light drifted toward Mars, pulsing faintly like a heartbeat, waiting.